Alright guys, so this is your boy J Cruz, aka known as the AUDIOZONE here, man. We have a beautiful build for y'all today. This is a beautiful Dodge Challenger Hellcat, fully custom car. Customer brought it to us, wanted to get a wide body done. We have a big obstacle on this build because it has a custom wrap. I'm going to introduce you to the car in a second, but we're building a full wide body kit on this car. This car is Airride, it has big wheels, so it's a lot more challenging than your standard installs, but you know what? We love the challenge and we're going to do what we have to do. On this video, I'm going to take you guys step by step to the process of what it takes for us to do a wide body kit so y'all can see the work that goes involved in this. These panels came in already. We already got them set up. He did not want to change the chin on this car because he has an original Hellcat. He has a front lip on it, so he didn't want to change that. So we just did the Hellcat conversion kit, which can be the flares only in this vehicle. Already had the parts taken out, had them already paint matched by our body shop that we deal with, had the car situated. Now we're going to start the tear down and getting this car built for this ride, right? It's a beautiful car. I'm going to introduce you to HELLCAT 707. Hit him up on Instagram. This is his beautiful car, y'all. So he definitely has a lot of money, blood, sweat, and tears in his car. He definitely has the beautiful 4G autos. I believe he has the floating caps. No, he doesn't have the floating caps, but he does have the 4Gs on there. He has Airride suspension on this car. This is what this car looks like today. Now you're going to begin to see the process and we convert this car to it. The reason he didn't want to change that is because he had this custom lip, so he wanted the flares to go into that one to keep the original lip. We're going to get that set up for him. This is what his whole car look like on the build. This is kind of the graphics that he has on the car. It is really an amazing vehicle, but it can be more amazing. Our hands on it and make it a wide body state. So the first thing we have to do to get this car going is we have it turned on because we're getting the battery charged up in Airride. But when we're installing a wide body kit on this here, we're obviously got to do some cutting on this wrap that he has here, but this has to be removed. So we're removing this from the vehicle, and we're also loosening and removing this, because that's where our brackets are going to be going down to install the new wide body kit. So to start, we have to loosen this front area here, loosen the back area here, and do that on this side. And we're also going to complete that here on the other side. Same concept, remove, so we can have our thing to install our flares. That's the first project we're running into. So at this point in time, we've already removed the flap, and we have this loose where we could do our installation, right? You can see that this is actually loose here. See this? She's already loose. It can allow us to get inside now and remove these other tabs that are in here to make this loose, and then we can start the installation in the front. Now we got my guy Francisco removing that last flare from the back side, which you see is taken off now. And then now after we have this here, we also have to loosen up the chin. So the chin is gonna have some plates right here. You see those rivets? Those gotta come out also. Make the chin get loose. That's where we at now. Okay, because this is already removed. Now we're coming over here. You see those push pins right there? They need to be popped in. So we're gonna pop them in and get those out right there. Pop, 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 and then that'll lift this loose. I'll show you how this is done. We're gonna show you how to get these push pins in. Get it? You centralize your tool to the middle of it. Just pop it in, y'all. Boom. That one's gone. That one's loose. Uno más. One more on the bottom there. You can't get in the hole, bro. Corte. Duro. No veo. You want to see the AUDIOZONE knock it out? ¿Quieres ver el AUDIOZONE que te lo saque? All right, now that we got these removed, this is loose. It allows us to do our bracket install. So now we're gonna get this one here and start doing the measuring, align the way we want it to align it, and after we get the alignment, then we start doing the bolting down and the cutting and everything else. So what's going on? We've already installed it on the front fender flares, you can see. Now we're gonna get that and align it to here. A cheat point is this one is always level with the front of the fender flare. So you can see there that actually ends at the end of the fender flare. That is the trick to getting this done and aligned here sharp perfectly. So we're gonna show you. Let's do a test fit. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this onto the vehicle, get into my areas, and start doing the alignment. So some of the trick points you wanna look for in this build, you wanna align this one here perfect, and then you have indentions in the fender flare itself. As you can see, they're gonna be, come over here. You see the indentation? Come over here, Bucky, let me show you. You see the little indentation here? This is very important because this has to flex down, and that's where a lot of the problems are when you install these. But they have to come in like this. So I'm gonna align this one here where I want to, see where I want it, Everything else fits the alignment. We're good to go. And now I look at my bottom here and I do a reference to where I want this to be. So the end of my thing, gonna go right to the end of the fender well. Now that I have that alignment done, I can actually take this off of this. Put my panel down, so we're safe and secure. And now I can get this bracket and install it on the vehicle and do what I need to do. Okay, get this on. Once we have this in the vehicle, what we're gonna be looking now, we're gonna be bolting this down to the vehicle directly, because we have some self-tappers that we're gonna use. They're gonna go through this. It's a pan head, so it goes through the unit. It is stainless steel, so it won't rust. And this will put this into position that we need to have to be able to lock this down. Once we get this down, then we continue with the rest of the build. But right now, I'm gonna start bolting this down. Stay tuned. Pausa. Okay guys, so now that I got this here, I already got everything I need here. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna line this where I want it to be aligned at, if you can tell. And I'm gonna go with my first hole. That's already in the vehicle. Then I'm gonna go add a second one to the vehicle so we can do some test fitting before I make the hole mark down. So I'm gonna come up here, gonna press this up, make sure I got it in the right angles, make sure everything's here. And I'm gonna throw another one down here in the bottom. Once I got these three, I'll be able to do a test fit on the flare, make sure that the alignment's right, and then we can get this closed out. Okay, now that I have those in there, I'm gonna grab my fender flare that I have for the car, and I'm gonna snap it in position, and make sure I like everything about my fitment. Which is the most important part of this whole build, is the fitment. My fitment on right, and I got everything here aligned perfectly, and I got what I need up here. So what I'm looking for here, to make sure that this curve is actually right on the fender line that I need it to be on. So when I do this install and I flare it, we're gonna have no gap. So that's there perfect. It's here perfect. And just like that, the first fender flare is on the vehicle. I'm gonna do that same process throughout the whole vehicle, front, rear, so on alignment, tack it down, get them test fitted, and after the test fit, then I can start doing the rest of it, so stay tuned. All right guys, so we did a test fit of this in the fender. We did find a problem that the edges here, it all aligned, but we have a little alignment problem here. So I've opened up these gaps in the edges here to make it fit more comfortable, because that's to be one of the base foundations of putting this wide body on the vehicle. This is what holds it to the bottom of the car, our adhesive that we use on the top. But right now, we're gonna get this open and get this cracked open a little bit more. I'm gonna come to my favorite grinder. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna grind the holes open a little bit more. Shaved up, I'll clean up all the excess plastic, I'll trim it up a little bit with the blade, and I have exactly what I need to make it fit perfectly. That's all we got here, y'all. So we have another dilemma on this car, which we already knew about it. We talked to the customer about it, but this is what the customer requested. We're going to car fully custom wrapped. The problem is that now the wide body is overlapping his wrap, and we can't put our adhesion onto the wrap. So we're actually going to cut this across and make it where we have metal to do our adhesion to. So my tinner with the straight up hand is about to cut this down and follow that trim, so we could cut off the access wrap that's on there and make it where it has to be. So this is the process we're going through, y'all. Show you on this side, Mr. Steady Hands Machete over here. That's not his government name, y'all. Boom. Now the back piece, you can do the same thing. We got a special blade for that. It's not a regular Olfa knife. Y'all don't know, but there's a special blade we have on that for this. And just like that, that's ready to go. So now we're gonna remove that flare. We've already got the bottom one installed and this one installed. They're not installed yet completely. We're just doing the test fits, but just so y'all can see it. So now we're gonna pull this off, and then we're gonna pull off that wrap from that build. Okay, and just like that now we have our lines of what we just cut. So now we have to remove the rest of it. So I see the line as being right here. Yep. So now we gotta take this off. Well, no, it's actually, now I'm gonna peel the wrong piece. We're gonna get this off and now start getting this lifted up to be able to get this piece of wrap removed where we need our wide body. So that's where we're at right now. All right, so this one we already have it completely done. The test fit, now we put all the screws that we need going across the board and get ready for it to be cut to clear it. So I have the car on right now. What I'm gonna do now, we're just securing all the brackets and all the panels on the car. You can tell we're beginning to secure it all down. That one's not secured yet. We're in the process of securing. Once it's secured, the car to the floor and get the proper cutting that we need so it doesn't have no rubbing when the vehicle's driving. So right now, we've got to secure it. I'm gonna do the cutting, secure it, bring it down, drop it, check the fitment, and then we'll go from there, so stay tuned. What we got going on, y'all, we are doing the cutting and modifying. So if you don't know, this car is double panel. You got a panel outside and a panel inside. We have to be able to eliminate all this because this car is air ride and that tire has to be able to clear it with the spacers to be able to sit in. So right now we're modifying the fenders and getting them situated for the body kit on a airbag and air ride vehicle. So it's very difficult compared to a regular kit that we installed, because this one the car's going to sit down. He has oversized wheels which are 24s on the vehicle, so we got to have to do a lot more cutting to be able to get the clearance of having this car sit down on its wide body kit. Stay tuned. Already Crusoe on the side, all the wheel wells cut. Everything is cut up where we can get it clear. So we have it set where this car could actually drop. We had to cut a lot of the wheel well, but it'll drop because that wheel could come out. So we had to make it where the car can still drop and then the tire sits inside the fender well. That's what we had to do. We're gonna do some more test fitting and start the mounting of the vehicle and get it going to do the install. So we have fender well, and we also have to cut the wide body kit because this car has air ride. That wheel gonna come out with the spacers. When it drops down, it has to tuck into the fender well and tuck into the wide body. But it's not a regular install, but we're definitely getting it done on the beautiful car. So stay tuned. Hi, Crusoe, another day, another look. You know what I'm saying? The AUDIOZONE sweaters, yes sir. My flag, yes sir. But that's not what's important today, man. We are gonna be giving delivery of this beautiful wide body build we did with the Airride. Out here right now, she's already done with the wide body, and yes, it's a perfect fitment. Now here goes the catch, guys. We have to put wheel spacers on it because you got some 4G auto. We just did the rear ones. We're using some 1 1/4 on this build, being that it could have tucked down. But you can see when it's done, the fitment is perfect. So being that he has the 4G auto with the big lip, we did 1 1/4 in the back, and now we have this sitting perfectly fine. So I'm actually just got those spacers in the back right now. You can see that the look is fabulous. Now this is what it used to look like. Look how tucked in the wheel is here, and look how this is now. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and install the front spacers, get it cleaned up. Mr. Harry, we want to thank you for giving us a chance to serve you today, boss. So let's get this wrapped up and get this going, y'all. Cruise at the end. We're getting ready for delivery on this beautiful, beautiful 2016 Challenger Hellcat. It is fully custom. I'm gonna show you everything that we did and everything this car already has. It is a beautiful build. You can definitely see it out here, man. We might be hosting we're gonna be hosting a lot more car meets this year for y'all. So stay tuned on my Instagram, _AudioCat. We have a lot of live events. We're doing some with CJ, 32s, REELTOREAL, Boosted Lucky, me and myself. We've been doing a whole bunch of different events this year, man, and just, you know, stay tuned for that, man. But showcase, we got the wide body done, we got the wheel spacers done, fitment is perfect, car is great. Let me show you what else this car has so y'all can understand. This guy got also the Lambo doors on it, which is really awesome to have. He has the full interior done. He got an air ride suspension. Let me show y'all the trunk of this car. So he has a beautiful setup in here where it's all lit up. It says his name, Helsing, custom system built, battery with the rack on the side, clean, perfect, beautiful. Then on top of that, he actually has something else that I'm going to show you in a second. It's going to be the reverse hood. He's got custom lighting and air ride and all that, man. It's actually a nice car, but as far as everything else, the car is ready to go and be delivered, y'all. So right now this is in process to be delivered today. Smile on his face, man, and we're just grateful that we're able to serve the customers and make them happy, y'all. So that's what we're doing here. Stay tuned for the reveal to the customer. Get this car delivered. On with the next. Cruise. So at this point in time, we are ready for delivery on the beautiful black Challenger Hellcat. Belongs to a customer of ours now and forever, because the rules are, and I'm gonna introduce you in a minute. Be a Cali boy, man. In fact, tell us a little bit about your name and what made you buy this Hellcat? Let's start with that.
Man, my name is Smitty. All you guys know me. I'm out here in Texas. I bought that Hellcat because I wanted something fast and I wanted something that was gonna, you know, be distinctive out there in them streets. So I did a couple of upgrades to it.
A lot.
Changed it around some, you know, some of you guys have seen it before out there at some of the shows, but you know, I bought it to my man here to put the finishing touches on it.
Yeah, she's definitely a different car right now, I'll tell you that, man. So that car, you have a custom audio system, you have Airride, you have nitrous, you have the hood flip, you have Lambo doors, you have a lot of stuff on that car. You got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in that car. You know what I'm saying? It's just a journey, it's a process, man. We're grateful that you took the time and brought it to us here to get this going for you, man. We're grateful that we've got to touch it. It's definitely a unique build. It was a very complicated build, and I'm explaining to y'all why. I've done a couple of Airride cars before. The difference between a regular install and an Airride is when they slam them to the floor. So we have to be able to remove enough of the inner fender wells to be able to let the car go. When we put the spacers, it's on the video, but when we put the spacer and the wheel comes out, that can hit the fender. When we do that, it moves a lot of stuff around. We have to kind of, you know, do what we have to do to make it right, because that car actually sits. Then he has big wheels, so it was definitely a challenge, but you know what? The challenge is done. So you're about to see your baby for the first time, and you know, let's get to it. So I have them parking it sideways for you. I'm gonna have them slam to the floor, so you can see her slammed with your new wide body kit installed. Stay tuned.
Go ahead.
All right, so now let's come to the back. We got my doggy here. My son got him, but this is. You wanted her dropped. You wanted her wide body. There she is. And it sits to the floor. The only thing that you're gonna have to make sure that you don't do in this is when you drop. Like, don't ever, like if it's slammed, you can't turn the wheels. Obviously, you know, it's tucked in. You know, you can't turn the wheels. That's the only rules you're gonna have car. Everything else is, you already know your car. I mean, ain't nobody else gonna tell you nothing else. But that's your baby, she's dropped. On his Airride, wide body kit, done.
Man, that's gonna come, baby.
So now I got a question for you here. What inspired you here into this here? This whole setup that you had here, what inspired you? Because I know I showed them on the channel, but what was the inspiration of this here?
This was an anime show that I liked, that I was really into, called Hellsing. The vampire, he was sexy. You know, he was aggressive.
You say he was sexy. That don't sound right coming out from a man now.
You know how it goes.
He had some swag. Let's just say he had his thing going on.
He was a player.
Yeah, man. I got a question. Is this nitrous real? You use it, but you do have nitrous in this car. How much horsepower are you pushing in this baby girl?
You know, it automatically comes with 707.
I know that.
And I got that 150 shot. You know, boosts me up a little bit more to about maybe 870.
What have you played with out there?
I'm not a real racer. So I'm only going like maybe 120.
Shit. When I first got my kitty cat, man, about a week later, I took it to 188. Stock. I got him on. I can't say because it's on camera, but yeah, I took up to 188. I was always a Corvette dude. I always had GMs. When I got my first Dodge product, and it was the Hellcat, and this was back in 16 when they were coming out, I wanted to know what it really could do, and I started whooping everybody's ass, and that audio cat was very famous. But when I took that, the thing with this car, my wife loves this more than she actually loved my Viper. Because this car, you actually have comfort in the seats. Right. The Viper, you're sitting inside of a cockpit. So my wife doesn't like my Viper. She loves my Challenger. My Challenger, I got rid of it, now my son owns it. Back from me, he don't know it yet. I might take it back. But you know what I'm saying? It's definitely, this Dodge killed the platform, man.
Okay.
How many Mopars you've had?
Man, I've had, I got 4. I had 4. Well, I got 3 now.
From what days?
I bought one, my first one was back in, what's that, 20...
La Música.
2007? 2008?
So that was when you first got it. Yeah. My first Mopar was my Dodge, my Challenger, and I'm gonna tell you one thing, I can't complain. It's been with me. I've been racing with that car in Memphis. We've gone to St. Louis, Missouri. We've gone across the country racing that car.
Okay.
I'm pushing well over 12. She's definitely a fun car, man. But you know what? It was Hellsinging. It was a vampire dude. He had this whole setup done. I love it. It's actually a gorgeous build. Then he also has, come over here. So what made you buy the 4Gs?
Well, the 4Gs is the idea that came from the designer that put the actual concept together. Brandon J. put this concept together for me off his own thoughts.
And it came out badass, y'all. Look, we got to give credit where credit's due. He got it in the wheels. He's even got the interior, y'all, which I showed you in the video, but he's even got the what you call the pillars done in the wrap. He does have the star ceiling. He has the blue and black interior. It really is a unique build, man. I know you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this car, and we're grateful that we got to do what we had to do to it, man. He's even got it here, y'all. Y'all think we're playing around. He's definitely got one of the rarest and weirdest cars out there. I mean, you know, he got his anime, but it made it different. It made it yours. So listen, from Unique Whips, he has a saying that I love. Your car is just a car until it's unique. And your car is unique, man. So at this point in time, I'm gonna give you deliver your car. You can go enjoy what you have to do. We want to thank you for giving us a chance to serve you today. And any questions you have, you let us know. You know what I'm saying? Any issues you have, you shouldn't have, but if you do, just let us know. We're here to serve you, Mr. Henry. We want to thank you for that. Should I jack his chain, y'all? Should I jack his chain? We're going to end this video with telling y'all thank y'all always for watching, man. Always thank y'all for the support. Y'all be good and God bless.
All right.